What's up guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to show you how to tune rear-wheel drive drag cars, and today's subject we're using the Fox body. And let's get into it. So the first thing you want to do is upgrade this unit all the way. Usually I go to conversions, and disclaimer, this is other people tune different. I'm just showing you the way how I tune and what been working for me in Horizon 5 so far. So first I'm going to do all the steps that I do on a regular basis, so how I tune cars. But today engine we're using the LS3 today. Pains in me to do this, don't have any forward swaps for this, but anyway. So then we're gonna throw in our twin turbos on this, and then we're gonna go ahead and upgrade the engine fully all the way up. They have an oil cooler. I don't suggest you put it on because you don't gain that much horsepower from it, but you look all the weight you're gaining from it. So I don't put the oil coolers on because you're just gaining weight. The horsepower you gain, it doesn't make sense to have it. Suspension, what's working for me, what I've been doing since Horizon 4 is round suspension, so you can get the nice weight transfer so you can hook better. No roll cage, be as light as possible, and then your weight reduction all the way up. You want to do race clutch, and a lot of people use 7-speed transmissions. I use regular race transmission, 6-speed, depending on what vehicle it is. I just stick with that. It's the lightest, and you really only need 6 gears. And I use race diff because I can just tune it how I want to. You can use really under diff because you can really tune it to whatever, but I just use the race diff. Drag tires on it, rear as wide as you can go. Put the 345s on there. Wheels is personal preference. All I use is whole shots because that's all I use. I've been using that since Horizon 4. And yeah, if you want to, you can add front track with the fitment, but it doesn't matter. Alright, so that's done with all the upgrades. And now what I do after I get done with the upgrades, I go ahead and throw in a base tune that I do for every single car. I throw in a base tune that I have. So first, 3 down, go all the way up, 55 front. And then I usually turn front final drive all the way down. I don't touch any of these gears right now because I'm not worried about it. This is just a base tune, and this is just to get the car going. So camber. A lot of people put camber in the front so you don't have a lot of so your front tires are off the ground more. I don't really see a difference with that, so I just keep 0-0 for everything. And caster, I just turn all the way to 7. In roll bars, you want all the way stiff because you want the most stability you can. You don't want to be freaking swaying side to side, so you just want all the way stiff so you keep it nice in a straight line. Springs, I turn the front all the way down to soft so I can lift, so the front lifts up a lot. And then rear, I stiffen it a little bit because you don't want them both stiff because you're gonna be making a jelly car. So I usually go like 330 or 400. It really depends on the car. Some people turn all the way up. That's just how other people tune. But I just go about like, let's get about 365. And height and rear, I just turn all the way up. You don't want to be rubbing your tires, so you want the maximum height so you can squat the most. For the rebound stiffness, what I do, I turn the front all the way down, and then I turn the rear up to about either 13 or 14. It really depends on the car. I'll do 13 on this one. And the bump stiffness, I turn this all the way up stiff. So it kind of balances out. The rear, I put a little stiff, around 4. Then I keep this all the way soft. Some people would turn all this all the way up, like this 20, this 20, this 20, and leave this like at 0. I mean at 1. I mean that's how people do it. Some people do that. I think this is what works best for me so far. And no, you can add brake pressure if you want to. If you want to like do burnouts and stuff. So here's the thing on a diff. Some people do 100 to 100. I always done personally. I always done 100 and always 0. I've been doing that since like mini Horizon games, and it just been what's worked for me. I mean, yeah, you can do 100 if you feel like that, but that's what I've been doing. So after I get all that done, so now time to hit the track, and then let's see what this base tune looks and feels like. All right, now we're here. Do my little burnout. You don't want to do a long burnout in this game since they added the more heat. Like the more heat you go, you're just gonna spin. They're gonna be way too hot. So do a baby burnout because if not, your tires gonna get way too hot and then you're gonna spin. And right now, so what I do, I tune by gear. I don't touch any gears until I get the first gear out in and done. Then I go to the next gear. Like I don't touch any other gear than first gear when I first start off because you want to hook. Once I get done with first, I go on the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So for obviously when hooking there, that's a little spicy launch there. Turn down first gear a little bit, make it a little longer. Okay, so we actually hooked first gear. So I think that's gonna be the most we can get. Like I can push that a little bit more. If you go a little more, you're probably gonna just spin. So I think 414 is gonna be the best for right now for first gear. Second gear. So if you take your eyes, look at it at the graph at the bottom right. I like to uh have them all even. Some people do 4 gear tunes. This is what I do. I do 4 gear tunes too, but they don't touch fifth and sixth after that. So like if you're going on a little longer distance, like it would just like die off because the fifth and sixth would be like so long. But I'll show you later on in the video what I do for that. But so now I'll go to second gear. By the end of the speed trap, I want my fourth gear being topped out. Once I hit the speed trap, I want my fourth gear to be on the red line basically. So let's try on this. I'll make this a little bit longer. We're gonna see how that is. I like that it's not too short, it's not too long. Third gear, I'm gonna move it up a little bit because you see it's kind of even. I like have even spaces in between all my gears. I look at the chart to do that. So I'm just going to see what I can do right now. That's about good. We leave that for now. Let's try this. Tune our four gears. Let's see what we can get. Okay, third gear might be a little long. Fourth gear. See right there? We're basically on the red line as we going through the trap. I say when you're tuning, you aim for that. So as you seen, a fourth gear was right about to hit red line. I think that's the best way to do it. That's how what I've been doing for years. Now let me show you what I do with the other gears. So some people just stop at 4 gears. But what I like to do for every tune, I like to go to here and just in case if you're in any races that you go farther than a quarter mile and then you need to get in that fifth gear and that sixth gear to stretch your legs a little bit. A lot of people just have them so long that it's just like a dead, and you just like lose races like that. If you go a little bit farther, so this is what I do: go through all the gears. Fifth gear, that's way too long. So then, for the gearing, we're just gonna pop this up. I say about. I like to make these a little bit shorter, because you're not. It's gonna keep you in your power band and keep accelerating. So we're gonna put it right here. I think that would be good. Then we just rewind a little bit. Fifth gear. So in the power band, so accelerating. Fifth gear. See how we barely start accelerating? So what that tells me at sixth gear is a little bit too long. So we can just shorten that a little bit. We can start down fifth gear a little bit too. Because each car gonna have this limit of how fast it can go. Or that golden spot for you. Yeah, right now it's accelerating way faster. And it's not lugging along. So yeah, that's how I tune rear-wheel drive drag cars. Let me know if you want me to do all-wheel drive or road racing, because I can definitely do that. I have some good tips and tricks for what I do, um, for those specifically. And if you haven't yet joined my club, it's called CarThings. I have in the description the correct way you're supposed to type it out. Type out exactly how it is, in order for you to find it, because Forza is kind of weird and it's how to type it specifically how it is. And if you haven't yet, join the Discord. Link in the description. Thank y'all so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new. And yeah, see you next video.